Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. Hello, Brother Nashi. How are you? Good morning. Please post for me as anonymous. I got married to Bruce. This was 15 years ago. Our marriage had been bliss for the first 5 years. That is when I can say I enjoyed love. We did not have much then. I think that it is true when they say that a man will only love you, he will only give you true love when he is broke. Once he start making money, then things are going to change. Even though we didn't have much, but we were happy. We were a happy couple. There was laughter in the house, and he would have time for me and my kids. However, all of that changed when he was promoted at work. This promotion, when it came with its perks, like a company car, and his salary also got higher. That was when our problems suddenly started. Bruce started coming home very late. He no longer had time for me and the kids. We had become total strangers to him. He became this stranger that I did not even know. He was constantly on his phone, and whenever you will be looking down on his phone, you will be smiling. For the first time in our married life, his mobile phone now had a password. Still, I decided to soldier on for the sake of myself and my three kids. Where would I go with these three kids? People advised me to start all over. Start over from what? Start from where? I had invested a lot in this marriage, be it emotionally and financially. So walking out was never an option. It just could not be. Bruce and I started to drift apart slowly but surely. I had tried to initiate conversations but was rudely replied with one word answers. Even his own kids were starting to notice that something was going on with their father. We were no longer a happy family. Where had this grumpy person came from? What had happened to my cheerful, loving husband? Even if I tried to cook his favorite meal, it had been one complaint after the other. Either it was too much salt, or you have put too much salt. How do you expect me to eat this food when it has too much salt? Too much oil. You are going to give me a heart attack with all of this oil that you put in the meat. Or you would complain that the food was just bland. It was tasteless. I knew at the bottom of my heart that he was trying to pick up a fight with me. There was nothing wrong with the food. Neither was there something wrong with me. Even in the bedroom, this pains me a lot, Brother Nashi, because the action had died. I had tried buying some sexy lingerie, but all of this was in vain. It was useless, totally useless. We would do the deed when it suited him, and it was just different. Bruce had been a beast in bed, but after he had gotten the promotion, it seemed like he was just doing the deed to ease his conscience. Bruce started cheating with a different woman, different ages and personalities. Initially, he had cheated far away from me, but as days went on, he started to be more daring. He started to be unashamed, doing his deeds in broad daylight. One day, as I was coming from my school run, I had some sounds and I decided to do some investigations after I had heard those sounds. Strange enough, these sounds were coming from my bedroom. Bruce had decided to invite one of his girlfriends to my house. In my bedroom, did he not have any shame at all? The disrespect was something that I had not ever seen in my entire life. A girlfriend in my house, on my matrimonial bed, this was just too much. It was at this very moment that I decided to do something. Mine would be a revenge best served cold with ice. This was like the perfect revenge. I decided that I would focus on myself and on my children. I had accepted that Bruce had gone with the wind. Yes, he had gone with the wind. It is what it is, I told myself one day. I no longer called to check up on him or even bother to see what he was up to. My heart was tired. I felt numb. I was exhausted. I even joined the gym classes for my children were now grown ups and I had time to spare on my hands. Slowly but surely, I started to lose the extra weight and my body started trimming really nicely. I invested in skincare products and my skin became glossy and well taken care of. I even changed my wardrobe. Everything old fashioned, I threw it out. I was not doing this for Bruce. No, I decided that there was no use crying over spilled milk. Besides, self care is not selfish, it's important. Bruce started to see changes in me, positive changes. He decided to play investigator on me, but there was nothing to find there. Then there was Thomas. Oh, Thomas. Thomas was a well mannered guy. He was the one who first noticed my pain. He was so understanding. Even the emotional stimulation that was lacking at home, I was getting it from him. The compliments, wow, wow, they were out of this world. Thomas was the perfect gentleman who paid attention to my every need. Thomas started to give me the attention that I was lacking from my husband, the attention that I craved and that was lacking from Bruce. I started to get it from Thomas, and I loved every minute of it. Thomas had all the time in the world to listen to my silly rants, reassuring me that everything will be fine. He just did not understand why Bruce was behaving the way that he was. It's a phase, it's a phase, it is going to pass, he said as he was trying to comfort me. Thomas and I exchanged numbers and we started texting each other back and forth. Bruce had started to notice the changes in me. The mood had changed as well. I was no longer this sad woman, the sad, depressed woman that I used to be. I was full of life. Even my step had changed. It was more graceful. Bruce had stumbled across my phone and he went berserk, accusing me of cheating on him and all of that. He had said that he had all the evidence that he needed to prove that I was cheating on him, and I dared him to prove to me that I was cheating on him. He was so used to treat me like a doormat, but all that had changed. The hunter had now became the hunted. Oh, how the tables had turned. Bruce then started losing weight slowly but surely. He was convinced that I was cheating, or was I? He started spending more time at home, wanting to catch me and Thomas, but he was not going to catch me or to catch anything. I was too careful, and besides, he had been the master in the game and I was the student. Just that the student had kept on learning and surpassed the master. A family meeting was called, and the aunties and the uncles were all cold. I was having none of that. When I had ran and complained and cried to them that Bruce was cheating on me, had they came to me? No, no, they never came. They kept on telling me that this is what men do, and I needed to listen to my husband to do what he wanted so that he won't cheat on me. Some of the aunties had bluntly told me that the nature of men is to cheat. Okay, was it also the nature of men to spread STIs to their loyal wives? I found such reasoning backward and barbaric. I was happy. Where was I and Bruce? Me and Bruce, we were just like housemates now, nothing more. Our marriage was now on paper, not reality. Bruce started changing his ways, but I was a goner. I had found my comfort in Thomas. I had found my soulmate and solace in Thomas. What Bruce never found out was that Thomas did not exist in real life. Thomas, oh Thomas, he was a figment of my own imagination. I had never met him because he did not even exist. He was in my imagination. I had never physically cheated on my husband Bruce. I just could not. I had fun doing it. I even went and bought another mobile phone, which I hid in the rice container. I was just texting myself back and forth, replying my own messages. I do not have any regrets because I was happy during that time. Bruce has since mended his ways and we have decided to renew our vows. Mine was the perfect revenge. Bruce will never find out the truth about what I did, Brother Nashi. Yeah, dear listeners, right there was a confession, such a dark confession that was sent to me by one of our admin. It was sent to our admin by our dear sister. Strange things do happen in this world.